sensible start to 2026 continues.
Oh, right there. It's another double DNF.
Alex Marquez taking Pedro Acosta into turn one.
Pedro Acosta on the inside of Alex Marquez. Well, whatever room there was there, he decided to take it come what may, didn't he? Alex Marquez does dish out some retaliation and wrestles back P5.
Going down to the Costa.
Marco Bezzecchi in cruise control.
Marc Marquez, the king of counter, he's putting some manners on Fabio Di Giannantonio. This is a bit of a personal duel, isn't it? Back into third place.
Di Giannantonio, well, fair play to him. Fabio is fighting good fire here.
Jorge Martin makes a bit of a mistake into turn 11.
It has been an exhibition from Marco Bezzecchi. Catch me if you catch the message. Marco Bezzecchi was utterly brilliant in Forum to start 2026, and there's been a repeat. He wins our first Brazilian Grand Prix in 22 years. He absolutely destroyed the field. Jorge Martin completes a fairy tale. 1-2 for the factory and Aprilia squad. Di Giannantonio holds on for the podium.
Bez bounces to the top of the MotoGP World Championship.
Day 2 of track action is well underway in northeastern Spain as we take on round 6 of the vibrant city of Barcelona. A short drive out of the Catalan capital's downtown and into the countryside. The circuit to Barcelona, Catalunya awaits the remainder of your Sprint Saturday. You join us live and trackside for what is set to be a thrilling Grand Prix weekend here in the hills of Catalonia as MotoGP gears up for one of its classic venues to deliver once more. The countdown to the sprint has begun, so we get ready for an afternoon of qualifying before we're lights out in MotoGP at 3 o'clock local time. We start with Moto3 Q1, and what a power-packed Q1 it is. We've got Grand Prix winners, we've got title contenders, riders who were unlucky, and others that are looking to make a mark. I can't wait for this one. Moto3 always throws up a surprise, and I think we'll be having another one today. Conditions are absolutely perfect for time attacks. A few clouds maybe, but it is predominantly blue sky, and that really does warm us right up for what is going to be a Moto3 qualifying session to remember. Moto2 right after that, as we segue in to the sprint, and it's lights out, as I say, at 3 o'clock. The fans are already packing out the terraces and all the general admission zones. The grandstands are filling up nicely here in Catalonia as we make our return to a slightly earlier date than last year and back to a more normal and more usual date to what we've become accustomed to in recent years. In Moto3, we said about those heavy hitters and those headline grabbers that do not make it to Q2 directly. They have to come out again and fight it out for the next 15 minutes. I've got to say, that is not going to be quite accurate because we're already looking at those of them that have gone through. But I can tell you it's David Munoz who was unlucky, really, to not find himself directly through to Q2. Yellow flags mean that he had his lap time cancelled, 15th place yesterday in practice for him. He leads Casey O'Gorman, Ruche Moodley, Alvaro Carpe, Veda Bratama, Scott Ogden, Adrian Cruces, Guido Pini, Zen Ratani, Nicola Carraro, Cormac Buchanan and Leo Ramastorfer as we gear up for this Moto Q1. Lewis Sotheby is alongside myself, Keegan Giles. Elliot York is down there somewhere in pit lane. Lewis, I've got to come to you first. With the likes of Munoz, Carpe, Patama, Scott Ogden, Guido Pini in the mix here in Q1. There's 5 names. We've only got 4 spots. Good afternoon, mates.
Afternoon to you, Kiko. Afternoon to all of you watching around the world. You described it as a power-packed Q1, and it's a very good description. 4 riders already with podiums to their name this season. Munoz, Carpe, Patama, and Pini, whose podium, of course, was a win. You've got Casey O'Gorman, who's been on the front row this season. You've got Adrian Cruces, who was low-key one of the stars of the French Grand Prix, albeit in very different conditions to this, some 6 days ago. So, Lysa Carpe, who was making a bit of an unwanted habit of this, back-to-back Q1 appearances in his 3rd of the season. This is by no means an easy passage through.
And likewise, Guido Pini, for the 3rd consecutive round, finds himself going through Q1. I've got to say, when your teammates up doing a business like Adrian Fernandez is, there's a bit of pressure on Guido Pini. Yes, he's still adapting KTM to Honda. It's been far more difficult than perhaps he expected, but the team are used to winning. They are used to being champions. 22nd isn't cutting any mustard down there.
Q1 last weekend, remember, he crashed in Q1, made Q2, and then crashed in Q2 as well. That's kind of Guido Pini in a nutshell. He's fast, but always somewhere near the absolute ragged edge. So, Leopardo, we're watching him closely this afternoon. Of course, home Grand Prix coming up for Pini in a couple of weeks' time. The Italian Grand Prix at Mugello, which is as near as makes a difference, his backyard. He will want to head there on the back of a good result in Barcelona.
Yeah, it really doesn't get much closer. I think he could actually fall out of bed and he'll end up in a gravel trap up at Borgo San Lorenzo, because that's where he's from. Guido Pini has that all to look forward to in a couple of weeks' time. But what he's got to look forward to now is another Q1 appearance. We go green and the clock starts counting down as the Moto3 Q1 contenders head out for their 15 minutes to see who is going to move through. Lewis, conditions, as I said, absolutely ideal. This track is vast. We will still have dawdling on the racing line at some point. This track is one of those where it's the layout where you can be in the wrong place at the wrong time.
This is perhaps the circuit that's the most dawdle-friendly on the calendar, given the 1 kilometre main straight. We always see it in the races, don't we? Riders often don't want to lead onto the main straight. No one wants to lead this particular pack out of pit lane. Scott Ogden's coming over, Cormac Buchanan, David Munoz is trying to catch them on lapping, and then you have pit lane problem there, David, is that you're stuck on speed limit, so you can't get too far on the road. Now you can gas it and try and break away from that gap. Munoz, of course, on reputation, should be one of the favourites to advance from this.
The only thing that doesn't have to follow a speed limit in pit lane is our drone, which came across the middle of the shot there. I think that was getting out quicker. Whilst we're getting dialed in here and all the riders are out there doing their installation laps, let's cross down to pit lane. Elliot York, good afternoon to you, mate.
Yeah, good afternoon to everyone tuning in. The motor 3 race rider down here with Nicky I, and Nicky, unfortunately, is a bit of deja vu from last Saturday after his Alvaro in Q1 after a couple of crashes so far this weekend. All okay with Alvaro on the bike, and what's his thoughts heading into qualifying on yours as well?
Yeah, obviously it's not been easy to get away from, which is difficult back from, like in Le Mans, from Go 1 to Go 2. Obviously it's not easy in this track, especially get losing Brian. As everyone knows, this weekend still being competitive. Let's hope we can get some clean track and get the good trip.
Is Alvaro confident we're going to Q2? I know a couple of crashes can sort of dent his confidence, but we've seen him bounce back before. Do you think he's going to bounce back again?
This morning it was missing conditions, it was very cold, so you know you can easily make a mistake, especially when there's not too many left turns on track. But anyway, I'm confident he will pass the Go 2, and you know, in general this track is not the most difficult to overtake. There's a lot of long straights, so even if you struggle a little bit more in the back, you know, everything is still possible.
I know it's early in the season, but it feels important for Alvaro and of course Brian as well, that if they want to keep tabs on keyless, to start picking up points in podiums, it's time to be keyless. How are you viewing it as a team? Obviously you guys are used to challenging for championship.
Obviously I'm used to early thinking about championship at the moment. You know, we always try to go race by race, even because I'm only around here. I always feel that if you start to think about championship, I think that's when you start to put some pressure on yourself. So at the moment we just need to get the confidence back for overall, and obviously with Brian, you know, racing all the time, so you know, we're happy about it. Progress is the rookie, so yeah, we go race by race.
I'm going to ask about Brian as well. He's had a fantastic start to this Catalan GP weekend, looking super confident yesterday especially, so he must be really confident of pushing for at least a top 6 in qualifying, if not a bit more.
Yeah, definitely. He's been doing good progress, and I think especially for him the test going in Harris was very positive. He found something with the bike and also something in his riding that, you know, has helped him a lot now in the last couple of races. Obviously Le Mans, I think the race result didn't really show how much potential he had during the weekend, but you know, as I said before, he's still a rookie and we go race by race, so just nice to see his progress.
Thank you, Nicky. Have a good one.
Cheers, Nicky. Cheers, Al. Just on Alvaro Carpe, Lewis, I've got to say, up until his DNF last time out, he had been in the top 5 every weekend since Phillip Island. He really was in sterling form, and he is a junior GP winner here in Barcelona. It is a surprise to see him in Q1, and as for his teammate, Brian Arias,